Hello, and here we are at day 9, so really well done. You've worked really hard to get here, and I hope you've reaped some of the benefits for it as well. Today's going to be a leg day, and it's going to be weights as well. So if you've just grabbed those weights for me, and we've got the mat space as well, you will be getting on the floor. A bottle of water is suggested as well, and we will get started with that warm-up. It's still going to be 1-minute circuits, 2 minutes in all of each exercise. Okay, now give it a little drop down. Little drop down. Point to the front, little point, and squeeze across the chest. Lovely, good. Feel that you've opened out those ankles, and you've got a little bit of work to do on the calves to get that toe point. Step touch it for me, step touch. Lovely, I'm reaching out, but I'm keeping my shoulders back and down. My core already pulled in, important for every exercise that we're going to do again today. I'm going to be telling you all the way through, core is the most important thing to keep you in line and be doing what you're doing correctly. Lovely, good. So pull the rope page down and in. Now I'm going to get across and I'm just going to do that little turn off the hip. Lovely, good, because my shoulders back and down. Lovely, good. I'm going to stop on one side, do a little run here. Up. Raise that knee, weight on the other leg, and change again for me. Up. Now I'm going to get that little walk out again. Little walk out, but on the other leg, so just leave that leg out, in. Lovely, good. I'm going to do a little lean forward, and come back up. And that feels nice, especially in the last few days. If you've been feeling the effects of those other days' works, it's good to get that little stretch out. Okay, dropping down. Lovely, good. Give it that drop, bottom goes back. Now I do a little reach as well. Into the middle, just a quick little jog. Lovely, good. Now you can bring it wide and narrow if you want to, or just keep it right underneath your hips. Lovely, good. 4, 3, 2, 1, then give me a little shake out. Good work, well done. Onto the floor for our first one. I'm going to bring 2 sets of weights with me. One a lighter weight for my first set of exercise, and then a heavier weight for the other 2 exercises. I'm here, down onto the floor. Lovely, good. So we've got that lighter weight. It's going to be a side bridge. So on my side bridge, those of you to it, here, shoulder and elbow in line. But then I've got my long leg length and I've got my bottom one tucked under. So core work up, I'm working the outside of that leg and the outside of that core. To get my squeeze, I drop down and then I go back up again. Are we ready? We're going to do a minute. I'm going to start that cycle there. I've got that weight. Now my legs extended, my arms extended. I come up in my bridge, squeeze them together, drop your bridge. Lovely, that foot goes back onto the floor. There is shoulder work here as well, so if you find it really difficult, you can stay on the floor and get me that lat pull down and that lift up with that leg. Otherwise, the bottom half is not only just pushing me up, but also supporting me as I come down. I'm not rushing it. Give me that elbow to that thigh. Lovely, good. Squeeze it down. You've got 28 seconds left. Good work, well done. Lovely, good. So I've stayed with a fairly heavy weight here because I'm not rushing it. I'm trying to keep it under control the whole time. Up over my head, then with my elbow coming down. I don't have to look at that, so try not to bend forward. Not bringing your top half. I'm using my lats to pull down that arm into that thigh there. Lovely, good. Last few seconds. 3, 2, 1. Good work, well done. Just straight over to the other side. Check that your bridge is in line. Elbow and shoulder nice and straight. Here we go. Up on your bridge and then drop and lift it out. Good. Push it out for me. And lift. Good. Get me that drop. Get me that lift. Good, so work done. On both arms, not only on that lift, you stay with a reasonably heavy weight, but also that support underneath. That shoulder should not be moving about, so don't bring yourself up too high. Again, and if you feel it's too much, you can stay on the floor and do me that squeeze. You'll still be getting a lot of work from that top half. Okay, here we go. 4, 3, 2, 1. Good work, well done. Over onto our fronts. I'm just going to bring that heavier weight with me now. And it's going to stay behind my knee. So, my core has to work the whole time. It is going to be a leg lift, and then I'm going to squeeze it over the other leg. And then bring it back and bring it to the floor without my hips moving, my hip bones or my lower back moving. Are we ready? Off we go. Give me that inner thigh squeeze. Do not get longer on the side where your leg is moving from. So I've got my right leg coming over my left, and I'm conscious all the time that between my right shoulder and my right hip, it stays just static the whole time. Lovely, good. So work builds up on my right side as well, on my core, so I've really got my core pulled in there. Lovely, good. 3, 2, 1, bring it over, lovely, good. Just swapping that over onto the other back of the other leg. Hands underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips. Get me that lift, get me that squeeze. Lovely. Now remembering again what you're doing, try not to turn the hips, and definitely don't turn onto the side of that knee that's on the floor. Head's in line with your spine. Lovely, good. Are we feeling that on the inside thigh as well? Good. That inside thigh is going to come next for us. And give me that squeeze. Lovely. So I'm really trying to get it over, but all the time keeping my core pulled in. Good. Squeeze it over. So I'm getting as much movement as I can, but not using my upper half. My upper half is static, and I've got that squeeze on my inside thigh. 3, 2, 1. Good work, well done. This time I'm coming over onto my back. Still goes behind my knee, but this time my arms are out. My knees have just dropped over and out, so really keep your core on. Glute to get it out, inside thigh to get it back in. Here we go. Both shoulders on the floor. Now I'm on one hip and 2 shoulders, so I have to really squeeze to get my whole leg up there. So again, my leg is bent, it's going to take that weight and the weight of my own body with me, but my core is really pulled in. I don't want my back to arch as my leg goes out. So get a little bit of glute work on the way out, inside thigh on the way in. Lovely, good. That inside thigh is really going to feel it if we've gone with that heavy weight. Good, I get that squeeze in. I'm coming up against gravity and also taking that weight with me. So really keep the core pulled in. 3, 2, 1. Lovely, I just change it over. It can be a quick change. Over onto the other side. Drop it out. Drop it back in. You see where my hip is off the floor the whole time? I'm trying to keep my shoulders on the floor. So there's a little bit of stabilisation through my oblique work, but definitely on my core, my zip and hollow. Lovely, good. I don't want my back to change angle at all. Lovely. Long in the neck, feel that shoulders are back down and in, and then that inside thigh. Really getting that whole leg up again. Lovely, good. So my lower part of my leg does travel with the top part of my leg with that weight. Out and in. Core pulled in nice and tight. Remember that rib cage. Down and in. 3, 2, 1. Good. This time I'm just going to use my own body weight. I'm going to come round onto my knees, and I'm going to use one leg each time, and that leg is going to take me up. Base requirement, I'm getting off the floor, pushing up, and then I go down with that leg again. Then I come back up with that leg. Now stay central on your mat. Do not have that trip hazard of your toe going out over the back of your mat. Lovely, good. So again, I'm going to use all my thigh, all my glute to get myself up, nice and strong. Lovely, good. Core pulled in. I come up nice and straight. Lovely, good. And lift, and then back down. Good work. Day 9. If you're feeling really pleased with yourself, last of the leg days. 3, 2, 1. So I come back down to the floor, and then I come straight up on the other leg. Lift, and then back down. Okay, up, push up. Lovely, good. Firm foot on the floor and lift, and back down. So I'm coming from that low position, core pulled in. So again, I'm not leaning forward or back. I keep my shoulders over my hips all the time. 30 seconds left. Over halfway now. And then we'll be finishing off the first circuit, so good work. Well done. Lovely, good. Up, up, push. Oh, lovely. Feeling nice and strong, getting that push up. 10 to go now. We're back into our side bridge after this. Starting the second part of your circuit. You can take water whenever you like. Just let you know, I'm going to take a water break after this circuit. I'm down. Check your positioning first. Long. Now if you're coming up in a bridge, I'm up, and then I've dropped, and then I've lifted it out again. So, every time I bring it down, it's my lats. When I extend that arm and that leg, really feel that your core stays pulled in and that your ribcage stays down. There is very, very little movement through your lower shoulder. Otherwise, what you're doing is you're trying to lift your hips up too high and you're twisting around, which will put too much pressure over that shoulder. And if you feel they really can't do it, it's here and in and out. Lovely, good. Good, so if you're causing you real discomfort, then stay down. Lovely, good. I've gone with that sort of higher weight, that heavier weight. 3, 2, 1. Lovely, good. I'm over to the other side. Checking straight, checking my elbow and shoulder are in line. It's long, I'm up, and then I drop, and then I get that lift out. Good, okay. Get that length, but keep control of that core. Lovely, good. So it's really helping us to think about that strong core will make all your movements, not just when you're exercising, in everyday life, really much stronger, but also less likely to get injured. Push it up, lovely, good. 15 to go. Last few now. 6, 3, 2, 1. Good work, well done. I come straight over onto my front, onto all fours. I've got this weight behind my knee. Then my hands underneath my shoulders, my knees underneath my hips. My core definitely pulled in. I'm going to get that lift. Squeeze it over. So my weight is moving over. So I have to really be sure that my core definitely pulled in, hip to hip. Your shoulders just down away from your ears. And I don't get longer on the side where my knee is coming from. I get that squeeze on the inside thigh. Let your inside thigh do the work. Let your glute do that lift. Lovely, good. So again, I am trying to lift it high before I get it over and up and over the other leg. Good, squeeze. But I'm not swinging my hips to do it. My hip stays facing towards the floor. I'm in single figures now. Up and over. 3, 2, 1. I'll get that last inside thigh squeeze done on that leg. Straight over to the other leg. And up. Lovely, good. Give me that squeeze. Up and over. Lovely. Squeeze it to the outside of that leg. Think about that inside thigh. It's about to be used again on that next exercise. Up, squeeze. squeeze. So again, my whole body is helping me to do it correctly. My core keeping me steady, my glute getting the lift so I know I can get up and over that leg. Squeeze my inside thigh. Let's get that last little bit of work. Last few seconds now, you're doing great, well done. Up. 3, 2, 1. Good work, well done. Onto your back. Go with a slightly heavier weight on this one. Arms out, over to the side. Glutes get it out. Inside thigh to squeeze it in. Now remember, because that's dropping out, your lower back may want to arch. So really think about that zip and hollow being on hip to hip. If you feel it's too much with the weight, this will be fine. If you're done without a weight, but really squeeze that in. Remember, challenge yourself. This is 2 out of 3. Good work. Get me that squeeze. 3, 2, 1. I come into the center. Change over those legs. Arms are out. Turn on. Remember that shoulder back down and in. Out and in. Lovely, good. Give me that squeeze in with that inner thigh. Remember, think about that back. That back has to stay stable the whole time. So I've zipped and hollowed, definitely between my hip bones. Look after your lower back. My rib cage down and in. Both shoulders on the floor, just one hip. Good, so I'm getting that stability through my abs and then the work through my legs. Good work, well done. My simple but effective, getting off the floor. One leg working the whole time, so here we go. Plant the foot, push up. Make sure your toes are free from the back of your mat so you don't trip. Lovely, good. So go in your own time. Make it a strong push up each time. Feel it in the thighs, feel it in the glutes to get yourself up. Lovely, good. So again, just keeping my fingers on my hip bones so I don't end up doing that oof and get yourself up. Try and practice it with your fingers on your hip bones, and hopefully underneath your fingertips you can feel that zip and hollow is on. Lovely, good. A few more seconds on this one, then we change over and we're ready for our second set. So good work, well done. 3, 2, 1. Lovely, good. I go straight up with the other leg. Plant my foot, push up and down. Lovely, good. So there's work on the way down as well, just to guide me back down. Don't let myself fall to the floor. Lovely, good. How are we doing? Feeling it in those thighs. Dropping it down. Lovely, good job, well done. Drop it and then lift it. Good. It's good aerobic exercise as well if you use your arms and go quicker, but for now I want it as a strength exercise. Lovely. Up, up, down, down. Last few seconds now. 3, 2, 1. Good work, well done. On to our little water break. Again, you can take it whenever you like, but I'm going to take my one now before my third circuit. Third and last. And what's my last leg day? So brilliant work, well done for being able to do it with me every day. Getting that little recovery each time by shifting your work from your legs to your arms, but always the core, always the core. So here we are. Are we ready? We're in our side bridge. I'm going to grab that weight, extend it, lift it, and then I'm doing the drop. Again, as I say, you don't have to do the drop if you feel that it's too much on that shoulder. Lovely, good. But if you can, give that little drop down. And again, I'm just bringing the two things together. I'm not leaning forward to look at it. I don't need to. I want to stay facing forward the whole time with my hips and with my head. Lovely, good. So I know my spine stays nice and straight throughout. Lovely, good. And let all those other bits work for you. Good, down and up. Good, last few seconds now. 3, 2, 1. Well done. Last time you're doing it on that side this session. Fabulous, good. Round onto the other side. I come into my supported bridge there. Arm up, lift up, drop, and lift. Lovely, good. And up. Good, give me that squeeze. Feel in control all the time. Down to 15 seconds now. Lovely, good. Make each one a good one. Keep control of that midsection. Belly button pulled into spine, rib cage down and in. Last 6. 3, 2, 1. Good work, well done. I'm putting that weight behind my knee. Hands underneath my shoulders, knees underneath my hips. And I get that up and over. So again, try and get that lift before you get it in and over the other leg. And remember, I'm not getting longer on this side. I'm not taking my hips with it or turning on that other leg. My core keeps me really central the whole time. Give me that lift. Good. Squeeze. Abs pulled in. Lovely. Belly button into spine. My elbows are soft throughout this. I'm not hanging off my shoulders. There's that nice space, that natural space between my shoulder blades. Even on both hands. 3, 2, 1. Good work, well done. Changing it over, putting that weight behind the other knee, checking my position, hands underneath my shoulders, knees underneath my hips, hamstring to clasp that weight in, get the lift through the glute, then the inner thigh. And again, I'm not taking, this time, my right side with me. Up, lovely, good. So again, don't let yourself extend on the side you're coming from. It's quite easy to swing your hips and feel that you're getting it right, but think about your hip bones as being headlamps towards the floor. So when I get that leg over with that squeeze on my inner thigh, I know those lamps would not go over to the side. Lovely, good. Squeeze it over and back. Lovely, good. I know my core's working for me. 3, 2, 1. Good work, well done. Onto your back, inner thigh. Here. Knees. Turn it out to the side. Glute to open, inner thigh to squeeze. Now, once you've done the first 1 or 2, really check where your core is working. I can feel it down the front, down my oblique on this top side here, and the zip and hollow. That's it, good. Keep it. Give me that squeeze up. Lovely. Keep that breathing going. Squeeze that inner thigh. Not only for strength, but also to get that nice shape on the inner thigh. Lovely, good. Give me that squeeze, that leg definition. 3, 2, 1. Lovely, good. Over to the other side. And we're out and down, back up. Core pulled in. Remember your lower back all the time. I'm keeping that squeeze on my abs, hip to hip. And again, I can also feel it that I've had to really think about my front obliques as well, because I'm in that twisted position where I'm on one hip but both shoulders. So there's a lot of work to be done on those obliques as well, stabilising me. Good. And getting that squeeze up. Really think about that inside thigh. 3, 2, 1. Well done. Our last 2 minutes. Foot up, getting off the floor, come back down and in. Push. Now keep your core pulled in so you know that you're not going to try and use your body by sort of like dropping forward, throwing up there. No, it's all through the legs. Really get used to using your legs to get you up and down. Lovely, good. The more strength we can keep in those, the less injury prone we will be. Lovely, good. Pushing up and down. Ten seconds to go now. Lovely, good. 3, 2, 1. Up with the other leg. Up and back down. Firmly plant it on the floor and then get that push up for me. Lovely, good. Core pulled in, keeping me nice and central. And up and back down. So again, you don't have to do this fast. You can if you want to do an aerobic session. It's a good exercise because it's using a lot of your big glutes and hamstring muscles, big muscle sets. But for this one, it's a strength. Lovely, good. So make each one a good one. 15 seconds left on our last exercise today on the legs. Good. Lovely, good. And good work, well done. I'm going to stay standing just for that stretching out on my legs. For my first one, I'm going to do a little hamstring stretch. Lovely, good. That's it, good. So zip and tip, push it back and then go over. So you get as much as you can, stretch out on the back of those legs going down. Good work, well done. Okay, lovely, then coming up. I'm going to change it over. Other leg, heel, tip your hips back, then tip them up and then tip them back a little bit further before you lean over. Lovely, good. So really feel that you're not sort of just rolling over and losing that stretch. Keep it all nice and straight if you can, and then getting your head and your chest down. Lovely, good. I'm coming up. Here, just going to do a little chest stretch as well. I'm dropping down and then I'm dropping in with that leg. So again, just dropping in forwards. That's it, good. So again, I'm softening that front leg all the time. Feel that my body is going forward, but I'm taking my bottom with it, but keeping my heel on the floor. And then I'm going to step in and do a sit back down on it, which really develops that stretch in that calf. See, I'm sitting on it, so that's where my weight is, on the back of my heel, but my knee's going forward. Just a little bit of weight on the other leg. Changing it over into that calf stretch first of all, dropping down into the middle there, and then I'm just kept on dropping forward, keeping my heel on the ground at the floor, taking my bottom with it. Lovely, good. And then I step that in and sit on it. Lovely, good. Now re-sit back on your heel, otherwise you're going to put too much pressure over the front of your knee. Sit back on your heel and really feel that you've got your bottom down over the back of your heel, and then you can bend that knee, getting low, and you can really feel that stretch on the outside of that calf going down into the heel there. Lovely, good. Okay, I'm coming over into the front. I'm going to come down on this because I want to go out nice and strong. Elbows on the floor. Now you can just push your bottom back, or if you're quite happy with your knees being open, you can sit back on it, and that leg just slides away from me. It just keeps on sliding away. So that inside thigh gets stronger and stronger. That stretch. Okay, lift it up, and then pushing away even further. More of an inside thigh stretch still. Lovely, good. I'm bringing it in, and then out at the other side. Sit back on it. Again, if you feel you don't want to open the knees, you can stay here, but really push your bottom back. You don't have to come down on your elbows, you don't have to sit back on your heels, but if you want to, it's down. Lovely. And I'm letting that leg go away from me, that foot, and then I lift it, and then I push it slightly further away. So I'm really extending that stretch. Feels nice. I don't really have to keep my weight anywhere else. I'm not standing, so you can really concentrate on that inside thigh. Lovely, good. I'm coming into the downward dog position, but this time I'm just walking through my heels. So I drop my heel down, so it goes quite low on my stretch through the bottom part of my foot there, through the bottom down into my heel. Lovely, good. So I push that heel down. So again, it's quite low on that calf this time. And all my weight's going through one foot. 4, 3, 2, 1. Lovely, good. Bend your knees. Walk back until your heels are on back on the floor. Let your head hang. Feel that weight of your head just stretching off the back of the neck. Keep your zip and hollow on. I'm unrolling all the way up. And just give that little roll around. Lovely, good. Day 9. That is really well done. Good job, everyone there. And I hope you enjoyed it. I hope I enjoyed teaching it to you, and enjoyed devising it for you as well, so you get a really good workout. So I hope you join me tomorrow, day 10. It is arms. Okay, bye-bye for now.